Okay, today I want to talk about one of my subjects today. I'm going to be brief. Is what is a floor plan reserve? Um, what a floor plan reserve is, you actually put in money, and most of the time you start that with like 10%. Let's say you're after a $100,000 floor plan. Um, Most of the time, some of the time, and I'm not going to say most of the time, but you'll get asked to put in a $10,000 pledge or 10% of your requested floor plan amount in cash. And that's a reserve in there that they can draw off of if you default on any car. In other words, if you're out there and you've got a car that you've had on a floor plan for, say, 120 days and you don't pay it off, or don't have the cash flow at the time, they can pull that penalty or that interest due or what, even sometimes the full car out of that reserve. So basically, you're pledging that 10% to put in reserve. Now, not all companies do that. Just some companies do it. Be advised that your reserve is there for a reason. It's to protect them. Now, a lot of companies, again, those people that do ask for reserves, a lot of times they will pledge a certain amount, a pack, on every car that you floor plan with them, that will go toward your reserve. Some of the companies get to a point to where you're at a 30% of your floor plan, which is $30,000. Then you can cash out anything over that $30,000 in your reserve amount. But you can wind up into a situation. This is one particular reason that I don't encourage floor plans, because if you've got $30,000 to pledge in a floor plan, you're far better off investing that $30,000 in cash rather than putting it in on a reserve on a floor plan. Now, that's my opinion. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. It's just my opinion from being in. I want to stay away from floor plans as much as I can, but some of you ask about floor plans, and typical floor plan can cost you 10% per car. Now, I want to explain to you what that means. That's not 10% of the purchase price of the car. That's a 10% annual interest rate. So you want to take that 10% and divide it by 365 to give you a daily interest rate that you're paying on a car. An example for that might be a $5,000 car. Most floor plan companies are going to charge you $100 for the first 120 days, 90, 120 days. They're going to charge you that $100 plus that daily interest rate. So a $5,000 car for 2 months would be $100 for the floor plan and about $18 a day in interest. So that's what you wind up, how you base your floor plan. So you're really taking a good chunk out of your profit when you do floor plan. Some people are put into a situation where they have to floor plan, but a lot of companies now are doing this reserve, and most people, and I won't say most, the ones that I know of require at least 10% cash up front in reserve to go into your reserve account, to go toward, say, a $100,000 floor plan. So those of you that have asked about floor planning, reserves, what you should pay, and how to qualify, I hope that answers some of your questions on it. Please like and share this channel.